Welcome everybody to the channel. This is SolarMetal-Gaming and this is my Ultimate Beginner's Guide. This video is mainly for beginner players or players that are returning that haven't played for a long time. Stay tuned to the end where I reveal my top tips that really helped me advance my gameplay. Let's go! So you just started a brand new world and you see all this beautiful stuff. Well, what do you do first? You say, well, the first thing you want to do is you want to start mining these rocks. Want to get some ferrite dust. That's what you're going to get. You're not going to have a scanner right away, so just start mining all the rocks. If you see any trees, you want to mine some trees or bushes, and that's where you're going to get your carbon. You're going to need both of these things to start off. Once you have obtained a good amount of ferrite dust and carbon, you're going to want to be mining these crystals. This is dihydrogen, and this is going to allow you to make your dihydrogen jelly, and that's going to allow you to prepare some of your ship to get it off the ground. Sometimes you're going to come across crystals like this. This is condensed carbon. It is good to have, but at the start of the game, you're not going to have an advanced mining laser, so don't even do it. Oxygen is going to be one of the main resources that's going to allow you to be alive in the world. So you're going to find these little mushrooms right here and just collect as many of them as you can. Since oxygen is one of the biggest things, here's a few other ways you can get them. You see these big giant Venus flytraps? Well, you just creep up next to one, as close as you can get, and you grab the grass pod. You can do this one too. And then once you grab that, you can shoot it and laser the heck out of it for the extra oxygen. Another good way to get oxygen is you're going to find these little guys all over the place. And the best way to take care of these guys is to run up to it. You can collect all three of these and run away. And it's going to explode like that. Wow, I almost got hit. Then you just laser it for the extra resources. And I got 129 oxygen from that. Not too bad. You're also going to need some sodium in your life at the beginning of the game. When you see these yellow flowers, you are best just to pick all the ones you can. So let's get that. That'll give me a little bit of sodium. And that will help you repair your hazardous protection. You're also going to run into these crystals. This is sodium nitrate, which is basically sodium. You can refine it down, and you're going to need an advanced mining laser to mine this, so don't even try. When you do finally get your terrain manipulator, you're going to find copper like this. This is how you're going to get your chromatic metal, and that's going to help you a lot, but you can change the size of it. See, if you go really large like this, you can mine a lot of it, but you're only going to get a little bit of it. So if you go down smaller, it's going to take you longer, but you're going to get a lot more. It just depends on how fast you want to go. Here's a helpful tip when you're at the beginning of the game. Let's say you have to travel pretty far to get to your destination and your ship is far away. Well, you can just summon it in. So you click on your menu and you go to your menu right here, click on your ship, find a good spot, and your ship will actually land right next to you. Just make sure that your ship does have launch fuel in it, otherwise you will not be able to do this. Now let's say you made it off the planet and you're heading towards your space station. If you accidentally shoot your space station, they're going to send Sentinels after you. So don't even do it. Once you've made it to the space station, you climb aboard and you go up top here, and this is where you can find your upgrades for your exosuit. I am currently full on this guy, so I cannot buy one. But you can buy one on each and every single different space station only once. They start off pretty cheap, and I think they cap out at 250,000 units. This guy over here is where you're going to find your upgrades for your exosuit, like your hazardous protection. Over here is where you're going to find the upgrades for your multi-tool. And if you do want to find a better multi-tool than the one that you have, that little puny weapon, you just come over here, and if you're in a good thriving system, the chances of finding a Class A weapon are pretty good. So let's see how much they want for this. This one is worse than the one I have, but they only want 2.25 million, which is not bad. If I had a bad multi-tool, I'd definitely be taking that. And if you move it along down over here, this is where you're going to find upgrades for your starship. If you want better reactors, if you want better weapons, this is the guy to talk to. And this guy over here is for the exocraft, which I don't have. This right here is the galactic trade. This is where you sell and buy things. If you want, you can take a look real quick. And this is where you can buy like metal plating and microprocessors, all sorts of stuff. Over here is the teleport that you can teleport to different systems that you have been to, different space stations you've been to, or even your base. If you do have a teleport at your base, you can teleport back and forth. When you're at the beginning of the game and you want to find a better ship, or if you want to make some money, the best thing to do from the start is to come over here to the cartographer. Alright, it's going to bring up a menu, and you want to exchange your navigational data for these planetary charts right here that have the little bullseye symbol. Buy as many of these as you can. You don't have any navigational data, you say? Well, what do you do then? Well, all you gotta do is you gotta talk to this guy again. If you do have some nanites, you can just purchase random maps, and if you're lucky enough, you'll get planetary charts just like that. Not all space stations have the same one. It's kind of rare to find the planetary chart one, but once you do, you just keep purchasing them, and they're only 15 nanites. Shoot, you get like 2 of these and one of those damaged machineries, and you just keep stocking up on that. Okay, now let's go get ourselves a new ship. I clicked on a planetary chart, and it gave me a distress beacon. Now we gotta head to the beacon. Alright, we have arrived at the beacon, and here we go. We want to check this thing first before we do anything, because a lot of times this can give you, sometimes they give you multi-tools, and sometimes they give you other things. So let's see what this has for us. What are you going to give us? Let's see, you can choose one of these options. I'm going to search the dead pilot just to see what he got. Okay. So there we go. That one just gave me, well, it gave me less standing with the Corvettes, and it did give me a... What did it give me? It gave me this right here, plasma launcher module. C. Well, that's not very good, but it is worth 60 nanites. And then you also want to check the damaged machinery, because you're going to get some stuff from here. These can give you exosuit upgrades, or they just usually, 9 times out of 10, just give you nanites, like that. That one gave me almost 30. So right there, I just got like 90 nanites. That's not bad. And if you do have the pass, you do want to search these things, because these will give you navigational data. Okay, now we're at our ship. Okay, what you want to do is, well, this one is a Class A. That's pretty good. So, you just fix it up. You only want to fix these 2 things right here. The launch thrusters and the pulse engine. Fix these things. Alright, so we have our metal plating, but we need to compare the ship, and we also need to claim it first. Just make sure you're not full on ships, or you will end up swapping the ship that you are currently using, and that's not good. Okay, so we just claimed the ship. Now we just need to fix the pulse engines. We already had a harmonic seal, and we use that and our metal plating, and it is completed. But we only need to fix those 2 things, you guys. That's all we got to do. So let's exit out of here, and now we're ready to just fly. So let's go to the space station with this bad boy. Once we have arrived at the space station with our new ship, we just head back here, because we are going to hawk that thing, so we do not want it. It is a pile of junk. So go back over here, and this is where you go. And you go to begin salvage analysis. It's going to give you something. This one's worth, wow, 4,350,000 units. That's not bad. Look, that's a good start to me. Now keep in mind, when you do sell those, you don't only get the units, you also get upgrades. So this one gave me a shield upgrade, and it also gave me a pulse engine upgrade. Both Class A, which is pretty nice. And a lot of times when you sell starships like that, they will give you cargo upgrades, which are right here. I already had some before, so I don't know if it gave me one. Now, when you do sell the ship that you're not using, the one that you wanted to junk, your other ship that you used previously will teleport over here, and you can just climb on in it. And that's a nice little hauler. When you are searching for ships to salvage or sell, sometimes you're going to run into this guy. That's not what you want. If this guy is here, you won't be able to take the ship. So to deal with this little problem, all you got to do is talk to him real quick, skim through his little dialogue, and you just leave. And then you continue your search. Also, at the beginning of the game, I suggest you find a bunch of these buried technology modules. You're going to need a lot of them, because you're going to want to get a lot of your upgrades for your starship and your exosuit, and just a bunch of different things you can buy. Also, if you get about a stack of these, they go for around $1.5 million. And that's basically how I get my early game money. There's lots of other ways out there. There are tons of them. So I'm not going to go over all of them. I just go for the ones that really give me the good juice at the beginning. And as you see, that starship made me like over 4 mil. And that's good, man. You do a few of those, and you're sitting pretty good. And you can buy a starship from someone else, another NPC that's Class A or S. I'm going to show you guys how to get your Sentinel ships. First of all, what you want to do is find a system that is dissonant, And you do that by using the economy scanner that you get through the spatial anomaly that I will show you later. Well, we have found a planet that is dissonant, so let's go. Once you arrive at the system, you need to scan all the planets and find the one that says dissonance detected. There we go. Now we just head there. Once you finally arrive at the planet, you're going to need these radiant shards. You need to collect 4 of them for each ship that you want to claim. The next thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to fly around until you find these guys right here. Now these guys will give you inverted mirrors, and they will also give you echolocators. You get like 1 echolocator out of about 10 of these guys, so keep searching. You'll find them. Okay, once you have your echolocator and your inverted mirror, you want to go above the planet. It's the easiest way, trust me guys. Go to your exosuit, find your echolocator, and you want to click on this. There we go. It's gonna. There we go. Harmonic echo detected, and it's gonna kind of fly around to where it's at. You just follow it, and then once you're above in the planet, you fly there super fast instead of wasting a bunch of time. Okay, once you land on the planet, you want to collect all of these things that are around. The harmonic scrap. They can give you a lot of goodies. They give you nanites. They give you exosuit slot expansions, ship slot expansions, all sorts of things. I think there's like 5 or 6 of these. And once you're done collecting all of that, I'm in the middle of a storm, but you want to talk to the harmonic interface right here. It's usually located in the middle. Okay, and the first thing you want to do is scan the thing right here. Okay, it's going to give you a little math question. Now that you have the answer to your little math question, you want to input the override glyphs. You do not need the glyphs unlocked to do this. There we go. Boom. Just put it in there, and you're ready to go. Now, you can deactivate the multi-tool seal or locate dissonant spikes. You could probably do both, because if you do end up getting a good Sentinel multi-tool, what's really cool about these is you have 2 mining beams to use from these things. This one is a Class A, so that's pretty awesome. I guess I could show you guys the coordinates if you guys do want to find this one. It's pretty good. So it comes with a hijacked laser, and you will also get your regular laser on here as well. And it'll make your heat explosion go down a lot slower, and also you'll just be able to mine a lot faster as well. If you guys do want to find the coordinates of this camp and find this A-class multi-tool, here are the coordinates right here in the right-hand corner. After you checked out the multi-tool, you come back to this thing, you locate the dissonant spikes, and this is what will happen. Dissonant spikes detected. Alright, that's good news. There it is. So now we just need to go where that icon is. A lot of times the ship will be pretty far away, so you know what? Just go into space like I do, and just use your pulse engines, and you'll get this so much faster. It'll save you a lot of time. Now that we arrived at the ship, this is what it looks like. It is pretty neat looking. I don't mind it at all. Let's see. This one is a Class A, which is pretty awesome. What you want to do is remove all the junk that's in it. Right here. Just remove it all. Okay? And that's all you got to do. Exit out of it. And here we go. In the top left corner, or the top right corner, there are the coordinates you can find this ship. Once we collected all the stuff from the ship, we need to go into our exosuit inventory, and we need to click on this alien brain right here. Boom! And it's going to give us another location that we have to go to, and that's what we got to do. Okay, now once we make it to the destination, it actually has 3 words that we can learn on each one of these that we do. So go ahead and learn all those real quick, because it's going to help you out further in the game. And now that we collected the words that we wanted, here we go. We got to talk to this thing. You can either read the dialogue or just skip through it like I do. And we present ourselves. We present that alien brain. And it should give us a harmonic brain. Now all we have to do is head back to the ship. Okay, now that we made it back to the ship, we have our alien brain. This is what we got to do. This is where your radiant shards and your inverted mirrors come from. So we needed 3 radiant shards, not 4, excuse me guys, and we need 1 inverted mirror and the harmonic brain. Click on that because we have it all. Boom, there we go. And it looks like it has some decent spots, so we want to compare it first. And this one does have better damage potential than mine. You can claim the ship, which is what I'm going to do, and we're going to end up selling it. Just whatever you do, don't swap ships or you will lose the one that you have. And also, you want to make sure that your inventory on ships isn't full. Like, if you do have, like, I think it's like 12 ships you can have. If you have all 12, it's just going to automatically swap it, and you're going to lose your current ship forever. Okay, and now that we have our new cool little Sentinel ship, we are going to head to the space station and we are going to hawk this thing. We're back at the space station. It's time to find out what this thing is worth. So you can either keep it or you can salvage it like I'm going to do because I don't need it. And we're going to get 39 million units, and that's pretty good for mid-game. You just hawk that. Let's get the scrap. Now, you won't see the units in your inventory, which they give you it in parts, and you come in. Oh, whoa! Wait a minute, dude. This is a special ship. Hang on a second. Look, I gotta buy this. I'm gonna make this life form an offer of a lifetime. This is a S class. Wow, man, this is nice. This is one of those special ships. So let's get this guy. And what does he want for it? He only wants 29 million for it. Well, it's mine now. There you guys go. If you do want to know the glyphs of the system, here it is. It's in the bottom left corner, and you can find this ship. I just found it while recording. That is amazing, and now it's mine. Haha, nerds. Right now I'm going to show you guys where to find the economy scanner, and I'm going to show you a little bit about the spatial anomaly. So let's go. First of all, use your menu to summon it. There we go. It's summoned out of nowhere. I don't know where it really came from, but you just head right into it. Here's where you want to go if you want to meet up with a bunch of players. I don't even know who any of these guys are, but here we go. I'm just goofing around, man. They got a hauler over here. What else do we got over here? Looks like a nice little Sentinel ship right there. Yeah, well, let's continue. Okay, so the first thing you want to do is, the ships are over there. You want to head into this teleport right here. I hope those guys don't mind being on my video, but here we go. There's the big teleport right there, and you just want to go right across from it. And this is the direction we gotta go. And you want to take yourself a left. You see that floaty ball right there? Well, this is where we gotta be. Now, this is where you can purchase all the good stuff. So if you want to get the economy scanner, you come over here to where the ship upgrades are. You hit that, you talk to this guy. You can read the dialogue if you want, or you can just research starship upgrades. And the economy scanner is right here. Now this is where you're going to find your other drives if you want to make it to the different colored stars. You have the cadmium, and you have the emerald, and then you also have the indium. And you have the emergency warp unit. Yep, this is where you find all that good stuff. Aqua jets, that's a good one to have. I'll show you around a little bit more. You can actually get exosuit upgrades if you do. You can get once a day from the spatial anomaly. That's where it's at. Okay, now over here is where you do your multi-tool research, and you can get some pretty cool stuff like your optical drill and your fishing hook or your fishing pole. So here we go. Let's take a quick look. So here we go. Here's our fishing. No, that's our terrain manipulator. Here we go. Fishing rod is right here. Optical drill right here. Now this is really, really good to have because you put this in a supercharged slot and you are going to be mining a lot more resources. So let's get out of here. There is a multi-tool here you can check every day. Usually the ones I've seen are always just class C. I don't really care about that one. Let's get out of here. And this is where you can do your exocraft upgrades and stuff. This guy right here, this is the guy you want to talk to if you want to sell multi-tools. Like if you're doing like searching for Sentinel ships and you collect the multi-tools that you don't want, you can just sell the ones that you want to junk right to him. Just make sure that the one that you want to use is not equipped, because you'll end up selling that and be very, very sad. Moving along to over here, if you talk to the Nexus right here in the middle of all this is where you can do your missions and stuff. You can team up with people and you can get quicksilver, you can get nanites, you can get units, get all sorts of stuff if you want to do that. Now moving along over here, this little thing right here, this is where you do your expeditions. Now the new ones that are coming out, if you want to do it on your main save, you just come here in the spatial anomaly, you click on that, you start your mission. Okay, now let's talk nanites. Nanites are the secondary currency. If you go into inventory, it is right here. You use nanites to purchase your upgrades for your exosuit, your multi-tools. You can upgrade your starships. You can upgrade pretty much everything in the game that requires upgrading to S-class. You need nanites for it. So what you want to do is you want to find a nice patch of runaway mold. This one I kind of destroyed or something happened to it. I don't know. And you build a wall so it doesn't run away too far, and you just zap it. You do what you gotta do. You get a bunch of runaway mold. First of all, I showed you guys where to get that optical drill, and what you want to do is I'll show you guys here. I got my optical drill set in a good spot, so I got my advanced mining laser. Here we go, optical drill. It is in a supercharged slot, and that helps me get a lot of runaway mold really, really quick. And there's a couple of different ways you can do this. So you can either have a teleport next to your base, which is ideal. I don't know. I like to do that. Or you can get in your ship, you can fly up to the sky, and fly back down, and these will be respawned. However, I do feel like that takes more time and also takes more resources. So I just collect what I can. I go to my base, and I just teleport there. Okay, once I'm back at my base, I take all my runaway mold and I stick it in my refiners. I usually do the 3 medium refiners, and I have a large refiner right here. And you get just a lot of nanites. So take whatever you made and put it in your exosuit, automatically goes into your nanites. So keep doing that. You can keep going back and forth and keep getting your runaway mold that way. And then whatever else you have left over, you can put inside your storage, like I have over here. And when you want to put more into your refiner, it'll just pull from your storage container. Just make sure they have power running to them or it won't work. Now, there is also a few different things you can refine down if you do want to. If you have like extra radiant shards, you can get 500 for a stack. Not really worth it. And let's see what else we got here. So we did radiant shards. Let's do inverted mirrors. There's 4 of them. You get 380. That's not bad. You do get a good amount for inverted mirrors, but I don't think it's really worth it because runaway mold is just a better way to go. If you want to AFK, get your nanites. There's other ways you can get nanites at the beginning, like damaged machineries, and you can get them through the upgrades that you get from selling the ships that you get. But other than that, this is the best way to get nanites that I have found. There are duplication glitches you can use to get nanites a lot faster. I'm not going to put them in this video because this is just for, earning your own nanites. If you have made it this far, I'm going to show you the couple of helpful tips that really helped me progress through my game. Saved me tons and tons of time. First one is, well, when you got a Sentinel ship, you can just hover in place. I happen to find a planet that has those little rocks that has ferrite dust and the second element. And the second element happens to be chromatic metal, which is amazing. So I can sit here for like 10 minutes and just farm chromatic metal. I never have to worry about mining copper ever again. I just get tons of chromatic metal. Literally just spend 5 minutes and I'm good to go for a while. So that's one of them I wanted to show you guys. Really, really cool. You can do this on any planet. If you have a secondary element to one of those rocks like sodium, mine it up, because you know what? You won't have to worry about that anymore. The other tip I wanted to share with you guys that really saved me a boatload of time is that when you're looking for those ships that you want to sell because you're trying to make money at the beginning, you have these planetary charts. Well, you can just spam these things. I didn't know that. See, that says abandoned building, and I'm in the same system. Well, you know what? Let's just spam it. It's going to say nope. It's going to say nope. It's going to say nope. And eventually, you're going to make it say yes. So you just keep spamming that, and eventually you're going to find your distress signal. You don't have to hop systems like I thought you did at the first time. Man, because I went through so many different systems, because each time it kept popping up abandoned building, abandoned that, whatever. Nope, you can just get your distress beacon anytime you want. You just keep spamming it, baby. Like I said, everybody, this guide is for beginner players and returning players that haven't played in a long time. This does conclude the guide. I do appreciate everyone for sticking around this long. So if you want, please hit that thumbs up and give me a subscribe for this one. I'll see you later. Solar Metal out.